Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Today on General Hospital, Laura tells Lulu it's time to wake up, Danny and Jason talk about where Danny will live, and Trina meets the school's new football star. Trina is at the surf lodge. Two males are discussing at an adjacent table. One is a ball player who claims he has to stretch his legs since they are sore from practice. He gets up and runs into Trina, who has spilled 2 glasses of Coke on him. She apologizes, but he claims it was his fault because he bumped into her. She apologizes again and goes up to Joss, who is sitting at a table. The guy sits back down with his pal, his gaze fixed on Trina. Over at Joss and Trina's table, Joss informs Trina that she ran across Kai Taylor, PCU's new star quarterback who recently transferred to their school. Trina searches her head because she recognizes that name. She walks over to Kai, her tone changes, and she is upset with him. He never went to their art history class or worked on their group project, which she emailed him about, and it has now impacted her grade. Kai had no idea he was taking art history because his tutor signed him up for lessons. Trina assumes angrily that he has a tutor who also does his homework for him simply because he throws the football about. Kai's friend claims they are going to the playoffs because of Kai, and he does not have time for art class. Trina notices this and storms off. Trina returns to Joss and rants, while Kai contacts his tutor to find out the class he is enrolled in. He refuses to mess up Trina's grade. Kai's friend leaves in a fury after calling art class stupid. Liz meets Jason at the Brown Dog Bar to see how he's doing with Sam's death. He admits it doesn't feel true yet, but he must do what is best for Danny. He's not sure if he should locate a place for them to reside or if Danny should remain with Scout. Liz believes Sam would want Scout, Danny, and Rocco to stay together because they had truly become a family. She inquires as to the children's current location. He mentions the Quartermains, so Liz offers he move in with them to be present for Danny. Laura and Lucky visit with Portia in the hospital, who reports that Lulu's recovery has gone well thus far. She has shown no signs of rejecting the liver transplant and can be transferred to a long-term care facility in about 2 weeks. Laura says they plan to send her to Turning Woods after friends suggested it. Laura and Lucky leave Portia's office, and Laura reveals she does not want to transfer Lulu to long-term care, preferring to keep her with her. Laura pays Lulu a visit alone and assures her that she would never give up on her. She tells Lulu that just sleeping in this bed hasn't been easy, and they have a responsibility to pay because a piece of Sam lives on inside her. Laura informs her that Sam's gift cannot have gone in vain, and it is time for her to wake up. Robert visits Diane in her workplace. She mocks him for going MIA on her for days. Robert explains that he did not intend to disappear. Diane begs him to let her talk since she will make this much simpler for him. She admits she likes him, but reminds him that when she agreed to try this relationship, she insisted on coming first. She viewed this like a contract, but love isn't, and he's still in love with Holly rather than her. She assures him that this is not a negative thing, and that love is never wrong. Robert claims to love her, and Diane believes him. However, Sam's death has opened her eyes, and she does not wish to be someone's consolation prize. Robert claims that's not who she is. Diane claims she deserves someone who looks at her in the same way he looks at Holly. She advises him to find Holly and make things work since he, too, deserves happiness. Diane bursts into tears as Robert walks away. Holly arrives by Anna's office to speak with her, but Anna doesn't want to hear from her after the disaster she caused in Port Charles. She tells her to go to Robert if she needs help. Holly explains that she can't go to Robert since she is ready to disappear and needs Anna's support. Holly still possesses one of the jewels, and it represents her best hope of survival. Anna believes Sidwell will pursue her, but Holly is not concerned about him. She has to fence this for cash in order to get into a high-stakes poker game. Anna believes she should play it smart and invest in blue chips, bonds, and equities. Holly doesn't have the time because she owes a large sum to a criminal syndicate. Anna knows that if she doesn't pay them, she'll be dead. Holly responds, "Not just me, Robert, and our daughter." Holly claims she only got into trouble while freelancing for the WSB. Anna thinks they should call Brennan. Holly just came from him and the WSB does not feel responsible for her losses, so he can simply provide her a trip out of town. Anna realizes this is why she hooked up with Sidwell. Holly claims that was supposed to be her highest score. She planned to use the diamond money to care for Ethan and Sasha, as well as retire to Italy. Anna doubts she will ever retire. Anna will not fence the diamond for her. Holly insists she can handle it, but she wants Anna to watch after Robert. Anna believes that going to Europe is too hazardous, and she feels more safer here, where she has resources. Holly can't risk putting Sasha in danger again, and she's already damaged her life. Holly understands that this is her story, she comes and goes, but she cares for Robert. This is why she wants Anna to look after him. Anna would look after Robert anyway because he is family. Anna proposes being honest with Robert for once and telling him the truth. If she can't, at least say farewell, as she owes him. Holly goes to Robert's office, but he is not present. She sits at his desk, takes out a pen and a piece of paper, and begins writing a note. In it, she claims that she has never loved anyone more than she does him right now. She hates saying goodbye again, but she has to. She signs it, "My love for you, always, Holly." She then kisses the letter. Lucky travels across town and meets Liz at the Brown Dog. He says he and his mother were just in the hospital getting an update on Lulu. He wishes Lulu's life had not cost Sam hers. Lucky informs Liz that Lulu is stable and no longer requires his services, so he is considering returning to Africa. Lucky adds, "I'm sorry, Elizabeth, but I can't stay here in Port Charles. I hope you can understand." Liz is fuming and can't believe he's running away again. Lucky claims he came home to help Lulu, and he never intended to stay permanently. She claims Sam died as a hero to save Lulu, and she wishes Sam and her children could spend one more hour together. And here he is, boarding a plane to abandon his child again. She claims he will not receive any understanding from her, and God forbid he chooses that lovely boy over his next experience. She storms out. Anna meets Diane at the bar. Diane texted her an SOS, and Anna believes it has to do with Robert. Diane thinks it does and wonders whether anyone ever gets over losing him. Anna admits that Robert has an impact on her life, but she will go on. Anna suspects it has something to do with Holly. Diane does not grasp the woman's power over him. Diane tells him about her talk with Robert and the breakup. Anna encourages her reconsider, because Holly is leaving town tonight. Holly goes to the airport and contacts Sasha. She leaves her a message, informing her that she must leave town, but that she should get to know Robert because he is a decent man. She's sorry she can't stay, but she knows her daughter is strong and will make her own way. She had to leave to keep her safe, and she hopes to be forgiven one day. She expresses her love for Sasha and promises to see her again one day. The pilot instructs Holly to board so that they may take off. She contacts Robert, who answers and says he received her note and can't believe she left without seeing him. Holly reveals that she went to his office, but he was not present. He orders her to turn around, and there's Robert. She wonders how he knew where to locate her. He called Brennan and is well aware of the situation. Robert informs her that he will not be able to bid her farewell since he will accompany her. He hates to miss any more time with her, so they kiss. However, he assures her that this would be a round-trip ticket. They then boarded the plane together. Next on General Hospital, Curtis informs Portia that Drew intends to name him the permanent CEO of Aurora. Gio asks Chase, "How's it going, bro?" Sasha says, "You knew?" Alexis tells Christina that she can't agree more. At the bar, Michael confides in Jason that he is frightened she would say there is no future for them. Maxie asks Nina during Drew's campaign event if she told Willow she slept with Drew. Drew informs Willow that she always knows what to say. Carly questions Brennan, "Does that mean you are using me now?" General Hospital spoilers for Tuesday, November 12th, show that Diane Miller made things easier for Robert Scorpio by stating that she did not want to be a consolation prize. Diane was gracious about it because they gave their relationship a fair shot, but there was no denying that she wasn't Holly Sutton. Diane cried when she was alone about losing Robert, despite the fact that she knew it was best. Holly spoke with Anna Devane about her debt with a criminal gang and how she had to leave town to protect Sasha Gilmore Corbin. Holly asked Anna to take after Robert, and Anna said that she would do so even if Holly had not asked. However, Anna urged Holly to say goodbye to Robert, as he deserved it. Later, Anna met with Diane, who gave her an update on how she dumped Robert to beat him to the punch. Anna advised Diane reconsider her plans because Holly was leaving town. Holly went to Robert's office and found it empty, so she left him a goodbye letter before departing to the airport. Holly left a sincere voicemail for Sasha, hoping for forgiveness. Holly finally got Robert on the phone before noticing he was standing just behind her. Robert was fed up with making excuses, so he announced that he would accompany her. After sharing a kiss, Robert and Holly boarded the plane to Lisbon together. Portia Robinson informed Laura Collins and Lucky Spencer at GH about some medical news. Lulu Spencer was doing well with the transplant and meds, so she will be transported to Turning Woods in 2 weeks. When Laura sat by Lulu's bedside, it was evident that she had different intentions for her. After discussing Sam McCall's death, Laura stated that they could not allow Sam's gift go to waste. "Wake up now! You get back to me. Come back to me, my brave, lovely, and strong daughter. Get back to me," Laura insisted sternly. Elizabeth Baldwin brought Jason Morgan to the Brown Dog Bar to check in on him after Sam's death. Liz informed Jason of the difficult situation with the children and advised that he relocate into the Quartermaine estate to avoid dividing Scout Quartermaine and Danny Morgan. Later, Jason chatted with Danny in the Quartermaine kitchen, and Danny stated that Rocco Falconeri overheard Alexis' guardianship conversation. Danny expressed a desire to continue living with Scout and Rocco if it were possible. If not, Danny questioned whether he could live with Jason. When Jason stated that they didn't have to decide on everything right away, he told Danny that he'd be there for him no matter what. Back with Lucky, he met Liz at the bar and outraged her by confessing he couldn't stay in Port Charles. Liz scolded Lucky for not prioritizing Aidan Weber while he was considering returning to Africa. At the Surf Lodge restaurant, Trina Robinson accidentally bumped into Kai Taylor and poured beverages on him. Trina apologized, but Kai remained chilly and appeared interested in her. When Trina returned to her table with Jocelyn Jacks, Joss claimed that he was the starting quarterback and touted his NFL prospects. When Trina learned his name, she realized he was her art history project partner who had ruined her grade by failing to participate. Trina returned to scold Kai, who revealed he wasn't keeping up with his studies or PCU email. Kai was so preoccupied with football that he had a tutor handle such matters for him. Trina plainly didn't care because her GPA was on the line, so she yelled at Kai and stormed out. Kai then called to gather all of the necessary information, knowing that he needed to set things right. According to General Hospital spoilers, Kai may be able to redeem himself with Trina soon, so stay tuned for more predictions about their future together. General Hospital teasers indicate that Dex Heller will soon find himself in a hazardous predicament. Dating a soap cop often involves scares like this, so Jocelyn Jacks should saddle up and prepare for some unpleasant moments. A behind-the-scenes snapshot leaked on Blue Sky provides indications that Dex will face a medical catastrophe in the near future. The photo shows Dex unconscious and hospitalized at GH, implying that he was hurt on the job. Assuming Dex and Jocelyn do not split up between now and when this material airs, she will experience complete terror. Jocelyn will inevitably receive the call she never wanted to hear, providing updates on Dex's terrible state. Of course, this could raise issues for Molly Lansing Davis, who has recently grown closer to Dex. Perhaps learning of Dex's hospitalization would shake Molly up and make her understand her affections go deeper than friendship. It is easy to envisage Jocelyn appearing in the doorway and listening in on Molly's visit to Dex's bedside. It could make Jocelyn question just how close Dex has become to Molly while she isn't around. Anna Devane may feel terrible if she is responsible for putting Dex in danger. Dex is still a rookie, therefore Anna may be concerned that she put him in a perilous situation for which he was not entirely prepared. Whatever the case, there is no news on how seriously Dex will be injured. If Dex's injuries are severe enough, he may fall into a temporary coma, exacerbating the anxieties of those who must wait. On the plus side, if Dex eventually awakens and emerges unscathed from this trauma, the timing may be ideal for a Christmas miracle. Jocelyn may breathe a sigh of relief, leaving Molly to deal with her increasingly conflicted feelings. According to General Hospital spoilers, Dex has a difficult journey ahead of him, so we'll keep you updated on what will bring him to GH in the future. According to General Hospital spoilers, Sam McCall's death has sent shockwaves through Port Charles, and people are still struggling to accept the truth that she is no longer alive. Christina Corinthos Davis has been dealing with the realization that she will never see Sam again, making it difficult for her to move on. After Sam McCall died on General Hospital, the three characters closest to her had the opportunity to say their final goodbyes before the hospital removed her body. Sam's mother, Alexis, and her ex-husband, Jason, had their heartfelt, tear-filled goodbyes first, but it was then time for Sam's fiancé, Dante, to say goodbye. When it came time for Dante to share his final scenes with Sam, Dominic Zamprogna knew he had to give it his all, but he was worried he wouldn't be able to carry off these heartbreaking scenes. Fortunately, Maurice Bernard, who plays Dante's father, Sonny, was present with some words of wisdom. Maurice actually knocked on my door, and he was like, "Hey man, just go up there and do it." Zamprogna told the magazine. He was like, "Whatever is there, you know?" And I was like, "Cool, man." And I really appreciated it because he knows that pressure. Zamprogna recounted a situation from years ago in which Bernard was concerned, demonstrating that even veterans can be nervous before important scenes. I remember a scene he did when I first started on the show where all of us are at the Metro Court restaurant and he freaks out on Claudia. He'd already been at GH for a long time when I got there, and afterward, he was like, "I was so unbelievably worried about this scene because of everyone that's in it." And that surprised me. So, that day, I was like, he knows what it feels like, and I really appreciated him coming to my door. Then it was time to go up, to film it. When it came time to tape the scenes, Zamprogna requested that they be shot without rehearsal. The director obliged, and the scenes we witnessed were as realistic as they could be. We did my monologue first, and I asked that we not rehearse the monologue. I said, "I'll line up so you guys can see where you want cameras and lights and stuff, but can we just do it?" Zamprogna went on, and Rob Markham, the director, said, "Yeah, go for it." So we just shot the rehearsal, and everyone was happy with it, and then we shot the next scene. I only had 2, and they were short, but I felt really good about them, to be honest with you. I got up from my stool sitting beside Kelly, Monaco, Sam, and gave her a big hug and kiss, and I felt like I honored the material, her character, and our relationship, and that was important to me as well. Holly tells Robert in the DA's office that she understands if he cannot forgive her since she is unable to forgive herself. She wondered if Robert would cut her out of his life if he couldn't get over the fact that she kept his daughter from him. Maxie and Spinelli toasted with cider because Mac had taken the kids trick-or-treating for them. Maxie assumed Mac would consider it a favor to him instead, and Spinelli assumed Mac would allow the kids significantly more candy than they would, but Maxie corrected him, saying it would be significantly more than I would. There was a knock at the door, and the two dashed out to give candy to trick-or-treaters, but a sad-looking Jason was there instead. In the hospital chapel, Rocco told Laura that Sam's death was his fault. She tried to convince him that it wasn't, but through tears, he asked his grandma if she knew what was on his mind when Lulu and Sam were in surgery. He admitted, if only one of them could live, I wanted it to be my mom. She assured him that was a natural reaction, but he believed that putting it out there in the cosmos made it come true. Sonny sat with Dante in the hospital and asked what he could do. "I don't know," Dante replied, "tell me how to live without her." Meanwhile, Alexis was with Christina and Molly at Sam's house, and she was stricken with grief. They told her that everything would be fine, but she refused. She gasped for oxygen and cried, saying, "I know I'm supposed to be comforting you right now, but I can't. I am really sorry, I don't know how." Robert began, out of curiosity, but Holly interrupted, "That killed the cat, you know." He went on to question, if he never saw her again, would she stay out of his life? She inquired if it was what he wanted, and he said that there were times when he thought she was dead, and those were some of the worst days of his life. She understood, but Robert said he didn't want her to leave and wondered whether they could re-establish their trust after everything she'd withheld from him over the years. Drew entered the room where Scout was and inquired as to what she was drawing. She said that she was drawing a picture of herself, Danny, and Sam at the park, and he remarked it was stunning. He asked if she wanted to talk about her mother, if she had any questions or concerns, and vowed to always be honest with her. She inquired as to whether Sam was truly gone, to which he said yes and expressed regret that he had to say so. She does not want her mother to be gone. Carly inquired at the Quartermains as to Danny's level of productivity. He explained that Sam always segregated his Halloween sweets for quality control to verify that it was all safe to eat. He assumed she did it because she simply wanted some candy. Carly informed him that the dentist across from her always gave out toothbrushes, and Danny thought, that's just wrong. He divided the candy Scout didn't enjoy. Carly commended him on being a good brother, and he stated that Sam always said it was his responsibility to watch out for Scout, and that's exactly what he's going to do. Jason went into Maxie and Spinelli's house and asked whether the kids were there. Maxie recounted that they were out trick-or-treating, and when she inquired if everything was well, he replied, no. Spinelli wanted to take the conversation into his office, but Jason demanded that they both hear what he said. He informed them that Sam had suffered a heart attack, and when Maxie asked to visit her at the hospital, Jason told her she couldn't since Sam had died. Maxie was shocked, and Jason simply stated, Sam died. Dante asked Sonny if he realized Sam was the reason he was alive. They mentioned Dante's PTSD from his WSB mission and how she helped him put parts of his life back together. Sonny acknowledged that he couldn't get through to Dante at the moment, but Sam did. Dante claimed she was his true buddy, and Sonny added that it worked both ways. Dante said it took some time, but they eventually became each other's second chance. Sonny was relieved she got him through to the other side. Dante pondered who would do it this time, and Sonny said, you. Molly asked Alexis to tell them what occurred, but she didn't know. She was with Sam, who was okay but didn't wake up. The girls were grateful Alexis was with Sam in her final moments, so she wasn't alone. Alexis stated, this isn't supposed to happen. I am not supposed to lose my children. The three hugged and grieved together. Holly assured Robert that she loved him and apologized for being cowardly about difficult discussions. She confesses to being afraid at the prospect of rejection. She admitted to lying to him or herself, but said it was not out of malice. Robert believed her. She reasoned that if he hadn't known about Sasha and the secrets she concealed from him, they might have been able to reconcile, but Robert responded that she would eventually have to tell him about Sasha. He stated that even if that happened, they would remain where they are. Holly also acknowledged that she expected to have to tell him and Sasha everything because they are both important to her. Laura informed Rocco that this is not how the universe works. It was tragic, but had nothing to do with him. He was grateful Mom always treated him like one of the kids, not like he wasn't her son. He explained that he and Sam had a secret handshake that no one else knew about, and Laura thought it was unique. They both agreed, and Rocco questioned how he could have had such bad ideas. Laura wondered whether Sam was present and what she would say to him. He replied that Sam would have claimed he had no influence over what transpired. Laura agreed and stated that Sam would not blame him, and he should not blame himself. Sonny told Dante that he was in a different place now than when he initially met Sam. Dante claimed it was because she helped him through it. Sonny stated that Dante's family was there for him. It's a long list of people who would do anything in their power to support you, Sonny told me. Dante stated that it felt improper, and Sonny agreed. Sonny mentioned that Dante and Sam were very well together. Dante knew he had to keep going for the kids, but he was scared that after he left the hospital, he'd have to start over without Sam. But he doesn't know how to do it and does not want to be without her. Alexis reassured Molly and Christina that Sam loved them. Molly bemoaned that the last time they were all together, Sam fled because, despite Sam's good act of donating her liver to Lulu, Molly and Christina made it all about them. Alexis explained that they couldn't have predicted what would happen and that they should have no regrets, just do whatever they could to hold on to one another because the three of them are all they have. She stated that they will all love each other forever and never let go. Maxie believed it should not have occurred because Lulu's life was at stake, and Spinelli noted that the treatment was intended to be regular. Jason confirmed that she suffered a heart attack, and the doctors had no idea why. Maxie shed tears as she remembered texting Sam that morning and telling Georgie to preserve peanut butter cups to deliver to Sam after Halloween. Spinelli inquired as to whether the doctors were truly unaware of what had occurred, to which Jason responded that they were investigating. Jason explained that they let him see her after she died to say goodbye. Holly felt unhappy with herself for not telling Robert that Sasha was his daughter when she discovered he was still alive. He remarked, "Fear's a powerful motivator." Holly stated the longer she kept the secret, the more difficult it was to divulge. Robert explained that he understood her impulse, and she asked if he could live with it. He responded, "Could you?" Holly stated that the thing she dreaded the most over the years was seeing contempt in his eyes for keeping Sasha hidden. A flashback occurred in which Robert chastised Holly for faking her death, and she fled because of the contempt in his eyes. In the present, he reminded her that he forgives her for it. She expressed surprise, and he responded that if he forgave her once, she should have expected him to do so again. Carly asked Danny about trick-or-treating, and he acknowledged that, while Scout had a good time, he was concerned about Sam, who was in surgery at the time. He mourned that Sam hadn't seen Scout in her costume. But when they arrived at the hospital, he suspected something was wrong since Alexis was afraid. He noticed Jason had seen it and urged Danny to take Scout to Bobby's. Carly said it must have been difficult waiting, and Danny replied it felt like hours while he prayed his father would arrive and say everything was well. She questioned whether he was afraid because they didn't know what was going on with Sam, and Danny responded he kept things together for Scout. Scout eventually persuaded him to go trick-or-treating with her, and he was grateful for the distraction. He hypothesized that Scout couldn't even imagine anything horrible happening to her mother. "I knew something was wrong," said Danny. "But I never thought my mom could die." Scout asked Drew what would happen next, who would cook her lunch and drive her to school. Drew responded that they'd have to figure things out. He said that she needed to know she wasn't alone and that she was loved by her entire family. He mentioned the Quartermains, Danny, Rocco, Grandma Alexis, Aunt Molly, and Aunt Christina. Drew agreed and informed her that she was surrounded by individuals who would go to any length to help her get through this. Scout indicated that she only wanted her mother, and Drew expressed his wish to bring Sam back for her. He stated that it would be difficult for anyone who loved Sam. When she inquired if he loved Sam, Drew said, "How could I not love her? She gave me the best gift in the world," Scout realized, and he promised to always be there for her. Scout sadly replied, "That's what Mommy always said." Spinelli couldn't accept Sam's death as true. He claimed she had narrowly evaded harm numerous times, causing him unnecessary stress. Until now, Maxie interjected. "I can no longer rely on her cool head to keep me focused," Spinelli remarked. Benefit from her wise counsel. Take on an inquiry or a caper. She couldn't take it when I called it that. Maxie said they made terrific collaborators, and Spinelli said she was an even better friend. Jason informed Spinelli that Sam loved him. Spinelli acknowledged Sam with being the first to give him a chance, and she even saw him. Jason stated that Sam helped him recognize Spinelli's potential and that they became friends because of her. "And mine," Maxie remarked, to which Jason responded that he still owed Sam 2 things. Holly claimed she believed in Robert but not in herself. She stated that crafting a con is an illusion that Robert said she was good at. She stated that realism was where she lacked. She wasn't made out for the daily grind. "Domesticity is not my strong suit," she admitted, explaining why she left Sasha with her mother while financially supporting them. Robert cynically stated that the money she provided them was legitimate, to which Holly said that everyone she duped out of money either had a lot of it or had done something terrible to someone else and deserved to lose it. "Most ethical con woman in the business," he jokingly stated. Holly confessed that when she found out Robert was alive, she didn't want to dump her mess of a life on his lap. She knew he'd help but was concerned about the expense. Danny was relieved Scout was able to go trick-or-treating and have fun before learning the horrible news. Carly congratulated him for putting on a brave front and making Scout happy. He questioned if Scout would ever have another joyful memory, to which Carly replied that she was confident he would. Danny mentioned that he used to enjoy Halloween, and Carly recalled that he was Captain America for 3 years in a row. He stated that even though he was outgrowing the outfit, he continued to wear it, despite Sam's constant purchases of costumes for him. Carly informed him that Sam knew Danny adored what he loved. He mentioned that Sam loved peanut butter cups and that he would always attempt to acquire extras for her. Carly hugged him. Because she knew Danny would not believe her, Carly chose not to tell him that everything would be fine, but that he had many people who loved him. Drew assured Scout that even though she couldn't see Sam, her mother would always be with her because love never dies. He told her to keep going, knowing Sam would never abandon her. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.